Good evening, everyone. Summer vacation is almost over. Did you have a great time this summer?
Yes.
What did you do to relax yourself? Did you join some interesting camp or learn some new skills? Or did you do some traveling? Many people like to grab this chance to take a trip abroad to refresh themselves. And I'm no exception. Instead of going to Japan and Korea, which two are most of the popular destination for most Taiwanese, I went to Vietnam with my family. Speaking of Vietnam, what comes to your mind? Ho Nei, the capital city of Vietnam, Ha Long Bay, Phu Quoc Island in South part, or the biggest country, Ho Chi Minh City.
Ho Chi Minh City.
Well, we chose
to the north part, Ho Nei and Ha Long Bay. Let's start. Here are 4 parts of my presentation. First, we start with the historical structure and monuments. Second part is about the geographical landscape. Next comes the local art performance, and the final part is the conclusion about the trip. Let's start. Did you know that Vietnam was once separated into South part and North part before 1976? The North Vietnam, led by communist force, didn't unify the whole Vietnam until the end of Vietnam War. That's why Vietnam have a strong atmosphere of communism. The important landscape like Ba Tinh Square, Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, and Presidential Palace are all located in Ho Nei. After World War II, President Ho Chi Minh read aloud the Declaration of Independence in Ba Tinh Square, declaring that Vietnam was an independent country. But he refused to live in the Grand Presidential Palace. He eventually built a traditional Vietnamese style house near Presidential Palace, and his home were made into Presidential Palace Historical Site in 1975. Though he didn't live in Presidential Palace, he still received state guests there. Trump and Kim Jong-un held an official meeting in 2019. Besides the structure symbolizing political past, there are some temples associated with its culture. First comes One Pillar Pagoda. As the name suggests, it's a building laid on one pillar. It's built by Emperor Li Taitung in 11th century. He was childless, and in a dream he met Bodhisattva, who handed him a baby son. Soon after, the dream came true. In gratitude for grace, he built the temple by erecting a pillar in the pond. Similar what he saw in a dream. Next comes the Temple of Literature, dedicated by Confucius, sages, and scholars. There is also Vietnam's first university, Imperial Academy, located. In courtyard are arrays of stones, tablets, or stels, on which the name those successful at royal exams were engraved. That means Vietnam used to have something like Keju in the past. Last but not least is Bidong Pagoda. It was built according to the cave. It divided into 3 levels: lower, middle, and upper. The most unique feature of this structure is that all parts of the building were made by wood without using any nails. After the historical heritage, here comes the second part: geographical landscape. If you come to Vietnam, Chang'an Scenic Landscape Complex is a can't miss. It was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and famous for its limestone mountains and cave tours. There is also the places for shooting. There is also the shooting places for Kong Skull Island. With the combination of mountains, lakes, rivers, and swamps, this protected area boasts more than 310 types of rare and precious plants and some endangered species, such as Phoenix pheasant. Ha Long Bay is another must visit. Also listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site. And it's famous for its mature karst landscapes developed in a warm, wet, tropical climate.
The large numbers.
The large numbers of limestones of islet are rising from the sea, each of various sizes and shapes, present picturesque spectacular seascape. It can be said that Ha Long Bay is a masterpiece sculpted by Mother Nature. After the cruise, you can take a ride of one of the world's largest double-decker cable car, Queen Cable Car, with passenger capacity of 230 people. Once you get to the top, hop on the giant Ferris wheel, Sun Wheel, to enjoy panoramic beauty of the Ha Long Bay. It's a totally different angle from what you see on the cruise. water puppetry, a folk art form, opens a window into the local culture. The puppet were made by wood. The show was performed in a waist-deep pool. The puppeteers, hidden behind a screen, standing in the water, skillfully control legs and arms of the colorful puppets to make the show fluent and perfect. It takes decades to be a master puppeteers. There is still a lot more to see and experience in Vietnam. What I have shared is only some interesting spots, but it has already opened my eye and left an impressive memory in my mind. Actually, my mom, who loves diverse landscapes, are planning another trip to Sapa, Vietnam next summer. If you are a lover of natural landscapes or a fan of history and culture, I strongly recommend you to come and have a feel of it yourself. That's all about my sharing today. Thank you.